So I'm always glad to share the trends of testing that we can observe in several shows. We do this post-show webinar for each show. We started for In-Cosmetics at the occasion of In-Cosmetics Global, and you can retrieve the presentation of the trends at In-Cosmetics Global that was in April. So please feel free to look in the news feed, and you can look again at this presentation. So what can I say about the Asian market and the testing trends? Oh, I will do again the share. Okay. Is it okay? Okay, so we will just give you the list of exhibitors regarding testing. There were testing company just for clinical and for preclinical and preclinical and clinical testing. Many of them were from Asia. We met Dermaproof Asia, ex-Spin Control Asia, Sequential, it's in Singapore and in France for in vitro testing, Derscan Asia, part of Eurofins group, Cyrus. For the preclinical, we met Revivo Biosystem. And then for preclinical and clinical testing, CompLife, Italian CRO, Dermaclen and Zurko Research that are coming from Spain, and P&K in Korea, which is the leader of testing in Korea. And for the instrumentation, we met Miravex and Canfield, and through several distributors like Chemico, we met people from Biox, Cortex, Helioscreen, Miravex, and Delphine, and also Courage Kazaka and Eotech. So the people laboratories were coming from Thailand, Korea, Singapore, and China, and it was mainly Europe, but also Asia for 33%. So what In-Cosmetics Asia said about their attendees? They said that there were more than 30% evolution growth comparing to last year, and a lot more Chinese people. But in our little booth that we had with the Business France pavilion, we met people from Thailand mainly, and after Japan, China, Vietnam, Malaysia, Korea, Indonesia, India, Australia, and even Mongolia. I think it was 1 hour before the end of the show, and we met a very kind cosmetic indie entrepreneur from Mongolia. So I will start with the context of evaluation project in Asia. I do always like that. I think it's a good way to start because the testing field is almost always influenced by the context of the test and the context of the consumer's lifestyle. And so what we see in Asia, beauty cultural is very important, and hair care is very important. UV filter is very important because of the situation. Also, the skin physiology focus regarding pollution and all about exposome, but that's a little bit more general, global. And for the digital experience, I will say that Asian people are really much more digitalized than European one. because of social media, because of the app, because of experience of shop, digital shop. And the formulation are evolving also with to natural formulation, but this trend is less than in Europe, I think. Regarding the lifestyle changes, speaking with people, we noticed that the COVID was really had a really big impact. Maybe in Europe and all over the world with the pandemic as a very important impact, but maybe in Asia it was much more than in Europe because of the way to live with the COVID. And after the COVID, so there is still a feeling of preserving the skin, more medical, more this on this way. And regarding the science aspect, I will have the same observation than Romain regarding IA. Visiting the show, meeting people, and nothing about IA. No big show, no big demonstration about IA, but at the same point, IA is everywhere. So I think it's already integrated, and so there is no more necessity to speak about that. And then the regulation, the biggest one is China regulation, with this testing lab with agreement on the methodology that need to be agreed. So I will say that to summarize this first context, I will say that the remarkable points, comparison to other markets and comparison to European market, I will say that we have more than UV pollution, sebum also, IA, but without already include regulation with China. And surprisingly, I heard really little about microbiome. Maybe it's a trend coming from US and from Europe also, but not really directly impacting at the moment the beauty industry. The vegan is not that much visible. CBD also, nomad also, and inclusivity no more, not a lot. Very few in vitro testing, even visiting the ingredients and active booths. Nutraceuticals, I did not see a lot, and less information about environmental changes. So I will speak today about well aging and skin structure, what we note, sensitive skin and defense, and hair care. Hair care is a real big trend with the skinification approach. So well-being, tolerance is very important. Sebum and prone to acne, because as we know, with the humidity and temperature, the Asian skin is more sensitive to sebum and prone to acne skin, and also UV and sun protection. So for tolerance, people are speaking about really standardized tests like a patch test. HRPT is quite popular. We can do consumer testing, use test, and analysis, and also aging, everything about wrinkle, firmness, aging. I will speak about that later on. So we Dermaproof-Asia, Dermscan, Asia, and Complife, and P&K that are able to conduct this test, and also the presentation of the Zurko expertise and in Europe or in US, and for clinical labs, I will say the offer testing is less than the demand. And for sensitive skin and the defense of the skin, we can have a look at the barrier function and the full face analysis, and also immunity. So for immunity, we consider sensitive skin, and the sensitive skin is a real point in Asia, in Korea, in Japan, but also in other countries. And we can speak about also the evaluation of the product effect on specific skin, like atopic dermatitis. And the skin defense we discuss with Revivo Biosystem that are able to offer windmilling for the tissue model. We discuss the instrumentation, and with the possibility of Epsilon and Aqualux, but you already know maybe. Instruments are well distributed over Asia and are like a classical instrument that are used even in China. Antera 3D from Miravex has a very intuitive and easy instrument, help a lot, and is very used also in Asia. Cortex and Delphine with the moisture meter and vapometer. For the full face analysis, which is I present I saw, but we can also we have Korean instrumentation makers are more and more active in developing a specific instrument, and I think that it will be the case soon in China. So we saw the VisioFace, the full face of EOTech, and Antera 3D also enables the study of the face with the VisiaCERA of Springfield. For the hair care, hair growth is a main as a main interest, and also all the healthification and skinification with fiber dimension, all the heat protection, the face, the structure, the rinseability, and everything about hair, scalp, the possibility to study the sebum, the dandruff, and the irritation of the scalp, and with consumer testing in Singapore, in China, with the several partners. I just mentioned that Cyrus once conducted a study on a shampoo for people, for women wearing a jihad. So just to be sure that the odor of the shampoo was okay. So for hair strand and hair growth, C++, Miravex, and EOTech with the new Minisurf is a good help also. And to finish, in the Skinops platform, in the in vivo testing platform, 56 laboratories, method, and 14 countries just related to Asia, with testing laboratories in China, Georgia, Hong Kong, India, Indonesia, Iran, Israel, Japan, Qatar, Republic of Korea, Singapore, and Thailand. So that's our next event. We will present at Cosmetagora and in Cosmetics Global, where we'll be happy to meet you again. Maybe I will let you ask some question if some of you some. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you, all of you, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.